Everybody, we're back again. It's another beautiful day in paradise. And to be 100% honest, it is the same day for some people that understand. I actually am back with another great human being in this world that's actually up and coming in this space. However, we're doing something different. Usually I do a lot of house music, techno music, but we're going to more of a hip-hop vibe because I had such an incredible time at this place that I needed to actually show people why and how I had such a great time. It's through the fucking music, brother. It's through the music. I had a zing about 2 weekends ago, hearing a few tracks at this place that we were at, and all this information came to me in one night. And I said, you know what, I gotta get this lady on the actual show right now. And I want to know a little bit more about her life journey, her hero's journey. And who do I have? Lo and behold, it's Chissmiss Cherry.
Hey, thank you, Jamal. Big up over the weekend for having me. I'm Chissmiss Cherry, a local Toronto DJ. I actually grew up in Brampton, and shout out the bees. But I'm the co-founder of Stir Fry and Traxx and Feels, two different DJ collectives doing different things, but the message is the same. We're here to build community and have a good time.
Ta-da! And you do it, I'm telling you. So then, you say already, let's go right into the things that you host and that you actually bring up in the city before we go to the stories that you had beforehand. So you say you have two events? Mm-hmm. Tell me these two events.
Yeah, so the one that Jamal went to is called Stir Fry. It started with me just honestly hitting up two people I really admire and like, Des and Zarina, who goes by Introspect, and I was like, yo, let's just throw a party. And it happened a couple months later. So our first party was on March 31st, and we just celebrated our 1 year Annie at Paradise Grotto. And we all had similar music tastes, like hip-hop, R&B, dancehall, top 40, but also like future beats, like SoundCloud edits, things you just wouldn't hear at the club particularly. So we wanted to change things up and like still give in a nostalgic feel, but with a twist, with like different edits and remixes.
That's 100% what I heard when I was there. Mm-hmm. Like, literally, I couldn't probably say it any better. Because when my friends, like Shamar, Tim, we got actually Jay as well there too. We all decided to show up for our buddy Tim's birthday. Okay. And we already all know that every year it's a fucking banger. And we do something with Tim. And he's the one that chose that event because of that exact sound. He was like, man, it's going to be good music. And I can tell you why. Because I know this location, I know these people. It's just gonna be a good fucking time.
Yeah.
And
I was looking for Tim. I was waiting for Tim. I was like, where's Tim? I need to give him a birthday shot. But I did find him at the end of the night. But shout outs to Tim and all the birthday people that came out and also all the attendees. The second collective that I co-founded and organized is called Traxx and Feels. It's more for like the BIPOC queer community. And it consists of me, Introspect once again, Danielle, who is Incognita, and Ace Dillinger, you already know, a legend. And so we basically came together. We wanted something new and fresh in the community, brings like that certain minority together, and I had the hookup for the venue at Spirit House. Shout out Spirit House at the Distillery District, and it just all came together and we just figured it out. We basically throw like a rave type house vibe, but also still bringing in like familiar sounds that people love.
So you're saying you have both tastes in both genres then? You actually like switch at ease.
I feel like Traxx and Feels is more like, I can definitely play some more like cunty club sound, like drum and bass jungle, like I can kind of play with that more. Whereas Stir Fry is more like, it's a stir fry, it's gonna be a mix of genres anyway, but we kind of lean more to like hip-hop and rap and like UKG type vibes. So
would that be your go-to if you had to choose between the two events? Mm-hmm. Like I definitely have to throw down, like if they're both playing at the same night for some reason. Exactly. For some reason you set it up like that.
If it was set up like that, that would be hard. I would be trying to do both. I would probably open at one and close at the
just
other.
Go to it. That's
like,
smart,
why
actually.
not? Get my bag.
See, I sometimes I always say I should be able to fucking do this, but at the same time, there has to always be somebody else that can tell the story of these people as well. And I've been here hanging out, living in the shadows, watching all the DJs grow, and they always have something that they did or someone that brought them in. And that's what I want to know from your story. Like, where did you begin? Where was the first person? I know it was around COVID years where somebody came in and said, bro, try it. You should be a DJ.
Yo, you know who did it? It was at an intercession. So Chippy Nonstop runs intercessions, and it was actually at the back of a Lululemon on Queen Street West. And she was just having like a little day party, free event, super chill vibes. And then I introduced myself to another DJ. I think her name's Baby Girl, DJ Baby Girl, something like that.
Okay.
And she was like, oh, your name's Cher, you should be a DJ. That's a great DJ name. I'm like, oh, I should be a DJ. Like, that kind of is what kind of clicked, because I've been like, ever since like, I guess 2017 to 2019-ish, I've been going to these events run by Bambi, Nino Brown, like Chippy. Like, we would fucking pull up at like the sketchiest houses, like like it was like a frat house on Spadina called Side Door, like, you know, just like random house parties. And like, yeah, as soon as COVID hit, we'd be going to like outdoor raves, outdoor events. Like, obviously shit would get shut down by the cops, like fuck the police, but
yeah.
And then location would move and shit like that. But it was like, honestly, yeah, those like COVID times were really fun despite the situation, but we all needed a release. We all needed to let go and have fun. And like, these community members, these DJs, they built that space for us and to do it safely outdoors. So yeah,
I would say a lot of people like built the foundation that we all try to continue to go on. But now we're I guess you can better say the next person always figures out how to slice the bread better. Mm-hmm. Like, and now we're just taking Now we're just doing the best of the best now, and nobody even cares anymore, which is even better. It's just like the stigma behind, oh, you guys are going out? Why? Yeah. Is officially back to its normal stasis. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, I like that way in my opinion, because why in God's name would I be thrown down on the bus because I want to go and enjoy music? Yeah. Like, that's it. Straight up.
For real.
You've spoken about a lot of places you've been to, mm-hmm. and a lot of people don't know the term or phrase that you've used before. I've seen another interview, you said you called these places third places.
Right.
So can you explain that?
Yeah, I think, like, especially living the hustle bustle of Toronto life, it's like work, home, repeat type vibes. Yeah. But we don't really have that third place where we can like meet up with friends and like chill and hang out and collaborate, in the sense of like, we don't need to spend money, or we don't have to like do any lavish things. It could literally just be like a hangout space. I feel like people live in such like confined like apartments and such, so it's like hard to host people. But these third spaces that DJs do provide for like a small fee, like a ticket door or whatever, or like free events, that is where it's at, because that's where you meet new people, that's where you network, that's where you meet like-minded people that like are into the same things as you. And it's like, it kind of, instead of like all this like Instagram like following and like, you know, you never get to meet these people ever in person until hey, oh, you're this person, like, you know. So it's just like a great way to get outside of your phone and actually like meet people
for real, and actually see who they are, and maybe even grow in a relationship, and whether it be like platonic or not. Yeah, you actually grow it because you're actually with the person, mm-hmm. instead of trying to talk to them.
It's so hard to read people's vibes over text and like over what they post. It's just like, it's not like, I mean, I'm sure they're genuine, but it can come off as like it can come off as very direct or blunt, or just like, you just don't know how to read the vibe or the tone, because it's literally a text message.
Do you use a lot of emojis?
I try to like, you know, do a little LOL, little, like, flower emoji, you know, throw a little BB there, like, you know, I'm a nice person.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. I ain't gonna shoot you.
I feel like our problem is we think everyone's so too cool, and that's like kind of Toronto culture, like cloudy vibes. But like, I'm sure when you get face to face with people, it's
Yeah,
like,
you're
that
like,
is
wow,
completely
you
removed.
also watch Naruto? No way. Like at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that's why I really like the friend group and the social circle that I'm with now, because everybody's just themselves.
For sure.
Especially when we're all together. We're almost like nobody else exists actually for a second. Until obviously somebody wants to come in or we bring somebody else from the outside inside. We always try to keep with the people that were here, that we came with.
Right.
But when it comes to meeting new friends, it is definitely hard, especially at the age that we're at now. It makes it a little bit more difficult. So these places actually are almost like, I'd say, important. Because a lot of your friends you meet back in the day in school, literally just school. Right. That's the 100% place. But I'm sure a lot of people notice after 19, meeting people kind of like tapered off a little bit. Even in college, I feel. But I do have one friend that I keep contact with when him comes to meet him in school, and until this day we still talk to each other. It's just crazy. Yeah. But one guy out of hundreds and hundreds of people. So after this whole thing, then you've done two events, collectives. So what events do you do besides that in the city? Like who brings you in?
Honestly, just from putting my name out there and like being active through self-promotion and whatnot, people reach out to me. So like people in my community, like in the queer community, such as New Ho Queen, which is like an Asian-led collective. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a take on New Ho King, which is a restaurant in Chinatown. Yeah. So they've reached out to me. I'm actually doing Pride on June 28th with them. So they've reached out to me like a couple of times to do like Halloween or like other events and stuff. It's honestly through, just like my wide network, them knowing that I've done events or hosted or whatnot, they like can see like, oh, she'll bring people out. Like she knows what she's doing. And so, it's all through those like tight knit connections where people do reach out, or I'll get like random, like I literally got a random WhatsApp call. And
like
text.
a 12-digit number?
Like an actual number, but like I'm not gonna answer random numbers. So like she ends up messaging me. She's like, "Hi, can you DJ my summer barbecue in Aurelia?"
Aurelia, bye. I lived there enough.
I like quoted her $800 because I was like,
it's a 2-hour drive.
It's like I have to get there, bring gear, be there for 8 hours, go back, like $800. Like I'm giving you a steal.
Yeah, you're actually getting a deal. Like especially in Aurelia, buddy. Find somebody in Aurelia right now.
Exactly. And then she's like, like my budget's like 5, but if you can do 6. And I'm like, oh, at that point it's like, oh, do I really want this gig? But I was like, you know what? It should be fun. She's like, you don't have to play all 8 hours. Like you could take a break. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to Aurelia. Why the fuck not? So you be surprised, like the most random like people just find you. I think it's also just through like saying you're a DJ in Toronto. People like look DJ in Toronto, and then it's like, oh, okay, that person, because like they get lazy, don't want to listen to your mix. They just want to find whoever's like active and like fire. And then
they just like Googled in the fire emoji like 3 times. And then your name came up.
Exactly.
Like, I found the person. Great. You didn't have to spend any time. Like, so then in that case, now you're saying we're going into Aurelia, you're going a little bit more north. Do you have any plans going east, west?
I do have plans to go to Montreal in June. My friend Hooray, who's also a very talented up-and-coming DJ, mainly plays Emma piano vibes, Afro beats. She's in the works to play in Montreal. So if you know anyone, hit me up.
I just happen to live in Montreal for 10 years.
Oh, really?
So I know a few people. Okay. I just need to ask one cousin, I'd say.
Yeah. Nice. You used to live in Montreal. Whereabouts?
LaSalle, then Dollar des Armours.
Okay, cool.
So the English and then the French side, surprisingly.
Right.
But I've been there for so long. Well, I've been there for my adolescent years, so I know a lot of the people that I've known there have known there for like over 15 years, I would say. So they're real ones. I have 2 friends that do go to a lot of the events that I go to the point where they even come down to see me. I have one guy that comes to Edmonton with me when I go to Chambeau every year even.
Cool.
So I do have friends that come around to those cool places. All I need to do is just give them a call.
Yeah. Have you been to Moonshine before? Okay, yeah, they're like this amazing collective that throws parties mainly in Montreal, and they have live drumming and live
Wow, what the fuck?
instrumentalists like while they're DJing.
Oh, okay,
Which
wow,
is
they're
like
DJing.
yeah, which is crazy.
You know, that's a Chris Sticks thing.
Yes.
Like, we have one of our buddies that we're working with currently who actually plays in tandem with Sebastian, and he does the drums. He does like he
Oh,
has his
cool.
own electric drum
What's his
setup
name?
and traditional Chris Sticks or C
Okay,
Sticks.
yeah. Okay. Nice.
And funny, whenever I see this guy play, I was like, son of a, I wish I could do that. Every time I look, I'm like, I wish I
That's
could learn a traditional
awesome. That's
instrument.
so sick.
Whenever you mix like live with electronic, that's when some magic actually happens.
Yeah, like I saw this girl, she was like DJing and she brought out the saxophone.
Yeah, what?
Like I was like, oh shit! Like, and it's funny, like I've always had that vision, like, because I played saxophone in high school all 4 years. So
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I need a saxophone and just like
Saxophone,
rip
it's like
and just rip during my set, because like that'd be so cool.
I have heard a lot of DJs like do the saxophone DJ thing.
Yeah.
Like you probably heard of Grizz.
Mhm.
There's another guy that does it as well. Ash, I believe. But
Okay.
Ash is more like I think of a trumpet.
Okay,
Potentially.
nice.
But all these guys, FKJ, like
Yeah,
he has like
exactly.
6 instruments in front of him.
Yeah, everything.
And I'm like, what the? And every time I look at that, those are the times when I really, again, say it again, but that's the times I'm always like, dude, if I can teach you how to do that,
Yeah.
like I can draw, like that's fine, but fuck, I don't have music theory.
I mean, you can draw while you're doing something.
Yeah, imagine.
You know, yes. Or like your roommate's on the decks and you're just drawing the vibes. I don't know.
Drawing him as he plays.
Yeah.
If he moves a little slow, then all right.
Yeah.
When it comes to the hip hop space, how do you discover new music?
Yeah. Good question. Honestly, SoundCloud. And yeah, that's the go. TikTok, I find like new sounds that aren't really
trendy,
like not like about to trend or trendy. I don't know, things that I just haven't heard before, and I look in and I'm like, oh, this is a new rapper I've never heard of. Like, okay, let me save that. But then, yeah, I feel like SoundCloud's the way to go because I find my remixes there. Like, I really enjoy Jersey Club, so I try to like sift through like all the new stuff that comes out. Like, there's a lot that like as soon as a song drops, there's an edit the next day.
Yeah.
So I try to be on it because I'm trying to like obviously find it's like, you know, in the back in the day you were looking through records. Yeah, it's the same vibe because you want things that other DJs don't have. Yeah, exactly. And then as soon as you drop it, it's like, wait, what is that?
What is that
you
sound?
You can't Shazam it.
I was gonna say one of your buddies, DJ buddies, is like, yo, how you doing, bro?
What is that?
Why'd you put your phone there? Nothing. Keep playing. Keep playing. You're having a good time.
But yeah, I would say also I try to support local artists. So I follow a few like local producers, like Prod by Marie is like up and coming. She's from Brampton as well. She's a homie. Shim.wave, he's also coming up. Like I try to support that and like include that into my mixes if it fits in and such. So it's nice to find like local talent as well.
Yeah, it would be so cool to be the other person that plays one song that somebody else hears and they're like, bro, I need both of y'all in right now.
Yeah.
Fucking fly to fucking Los Angeles. Let's go. Then you end up being like the Weeknd or the next Drake. You're like, goodbye, Canada.
Yes.
Would you ever consider doing a festival or maybe even like, well, you're already doing, I guess Pride would count as
right? Pride's a festival. But in terms of just like, like a music festival, of course, like that's like the next step, I think. But in order to get there, I feel like I need to get into my producer bag. Like, I really want to make my own tracks. That's where I'm at right now. Just got a new laptop, so I'm ready to just like dip in, just get my feet wet, just see what happens. So stay tuned for more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
EP coming?
We'll
Q3, Q4.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's always good to be able to DJ, but I always say that there's a difference between DJ and producers is because that's your original sound. Mm-hmm. I can only imagine the feeling somebody gets when the song that you made, you're playing, and people are liking as well.
Exactly. Like I think that's what's missing right now at my career. I feel like it's at like a plateau in a way because I really want to produce and like get my sound and myself out there more. I feel like that's the only way people can stand out at this point, because everyone's trying to be a DJ, which is like obviously a great thing, but there's a lot of us. There's a lot of us out
exactly.
here.
There's definitely more than one. I'll tell you that one. God damn it. We can literally have, like, for example, next weekend we're gonna have an event. It's for both of our birthdays. It's like a three-day bender basically. We're going into North Bay, and there's gonna be easily like 10 DJs there. Nice. So it's gonna
did you rent out like a space?
Yeah, I did the thing, you know. I did the thing. I scratched out the old box. Yeah, exactly. No trace. No trace. So we're doing that, and it's gonna be fucking nuts. Like 20. Easily, I'd say probably 30 people or so.
Yeah. Who's an Aries? Who's a Taurus? What's happening?
Taurus.
Okay.
First week.
Yes, that's what's up. Stay grounded. Get your back. The stability.
So, to continue on, a great conversation that we've been having. You already kind of mentioned a few people in your team, but is there any more that we're missing on here? Like, is there a Power Ranger squad of DJs that you have? Similar to
just ready to go.
Yeah, exactly. Just ready to go
Power Rangers. Yes. I would say honestly, it's the people behind the scenes. It's the crowd. Like all the people that buy tickets, come out and support me are like friends of friends. Honestly, just like people who just hear it and like know it's gonna be a good time. They just pull up or just want to see what's happening.
Yeah.
But notable shout outs, my girlfriend Morgan. Shout out Morgan because she actually designs tracks and feels, posters and flyers and logos and everything.
Graphic designer.
Yeah, graphic designer. Shout outs. And yeah, people that work like with us in terms of like door and like just the BTS stuff. Like Sadiqa, she's my go-to person for door, and like everyone that comes through is honestly a good energy. We like to bring out good people at the end of the day. We don't stand for any bullshit, and like when those instances do happen, we try to handle it with care and know, okay, we're not working with that person anymore. If like shit happens, you know, move on. Like, okay, we learned a lesson, we addressed it, and like we know better.
Have you ever made any true mistakes that made you think, fuck, I'm never gonna do that again?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Almost too much to count.
Well, like I didn't realize Starbucks was a boycott, and I fucking gave out like Starbucks gift cards, and I was like, oh shit, I'm not fucking do that again. Like hell no. And
I'm surprised actually. I didn't know that myself.
Yeah. So yeah, boycott Starbucks for real. So other than that, I think we've been pretty good in terms of like we've never had any horrible instances, luckily. But yeah, I just want to like make sure everyone's safe and it's an inclusive space. I mean, not every space is guaranteed safe, but if we try to do the precautions,
the best way you can.
Yeah, you know, it's always going to be challenging when that happens, but we try to go in positive and put on a good show at the end of the day.
Yeah, and then after that, everybody likes it, and that just makes people come back.
Exactly.
Like that, right?
Yeah.
I always love the idea of being able to like just go to a place and enjoy myself and do whatever I want there, and then just go home. Like never have to be like, oh, these people are gonna try to stop me, or these people are gonna try to charge me too much. Like when I was, for example, when I was at the stir fry event, nobody knew, but I was on mushrooms. Like it was supposed to be me and my boy.
Yo, I didn't even know, bro. You just look like you're having a most
because
lit time.
I was like,
yeah.
But in my head, I'm like, wow, I cannot believe I'm so fucking messed right now. And the music and everybody is like crazy. But at the same time, I think I'm the only one doing this right now. Yeah. I literally scanned and tried to find somebody. I had my one friend wanted to come, but he ended up not showing up. And I remember at one point in the night, actually, there's a gentleman, the tallest bartender that was there.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but fucking, that's a goat. That man's a goat. So I ordered him a regular drink because they're $6 drinks.
Yeah.
But then I was like, dude, I can afford more than a $6 drink.
Yeah.
So I ordered a Manhattan, and the whole fucking bar, but basically the whole back of the bar was like stopped. And they're like, dude, what the fuck? This guy's buying. What the fuck is this guy drinking right now? Is this guy a baller or something? literally a whole bunch of people came up to me and were like, "What are you drinking? What is this? What is this?" And later on, I got another one, and it's just how they made the actual Manhattan. It's like the way they just made the Manhattan, served Manhattan, got everybody coming.
Yo, they got it served in a little coupe glass. It's like when you get a little
right?
coupe glass going, people are like, "What?"
Yeah, I'm just like, bougie.
Yeah.
Like, this is the epitome of Toronto is that drink, buddy. The epitome of Toronto. Trying to be the best at your abilities. So that is just like one thing that happens when the stars, I guess you can say, align. Do you have a similar situation where like the stars align is just like a perfect night, either as a DJ or as a person just going to see music?
Yeah, perfect night. Honestly, oh my god, Toronto has so many good parties.
Yeah, so many good parties.
Sometimes it's hard to keep up, and I just keep adding to the pile because I just be like, oh, I want to do this there and all.
Yeah,
those
exactly.
other
Sometimes
events.
I did 3 events tonight.
Yeah, like, but no, yeah, there's definitely been motives where I'm like, okay, I'm doing 3 events in one night. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
So you need a little something to carry you on. Like, I guess like the perfect recipe for a good night is like good DJs, good company, and pick your vice, whether that's drugs or alcohol. I mean, when I'm not DJing, obviously I like to have a good time. Like when I'm DJing, I'm like, no, it's profesh. Like I can't be like mixing too much, like straight arrow, like maybe 1 drink or 2, but like nah, like I need to focus on my craft. But let me tell you about this time. I literally went to Juice to see Koreatown Acid, and that's actually where I met. That's where I met my girlfriend too, because we have mutual friends, which was sweet. Then I hopped into her Uber. I was like, "Yo, I'm coming in your Uber," like, because we're both going to the same place to see DJ Swisha, Nino Brown, Young Tish, at 3 Hearts Club on Queen. And then I met up with a few homies. The acid's starting to kick in. I'm like, I'm not taking off my coat. Mind you, it's winter. I'm in a full ass fur coat.
Yeah, and you're probably
fur coat.
Pretty acid too. You're like,
I'm like, no, I just know myself, because if I take this coat off, I'm not gonna be able to go to my 3rd event. Like, I need to keep it cool, chill in the back, see what's going on, and like
do the black guy thing.
And then dip. So I was like, yo, at 2 a.m. I gotta go. I gotta fucking go. And I could not, like, I was trying to figure out my Uber situation. I was like, yo, this is like, it's happening.
Yeah.
I had to go and then my last event was Coda for Skin on Skin.
Oh,
and
I'm
that
so jealous.
Shit was crazy. It was so wild. It was like, honestly, a night to remember.
Fucking crazy.
It was a crazy night, but I was like, yo, I need to see all these people tonight.
Yeah,
like, it's gonna happen. Like, I just have to rally. Like, but I mean, I'd be doing too much sometimes. Sometimes the Sagittarius in me just like takes over. And I'm just like, I'm just overbooking myself at this point. But those gems of the night where it's like everything lines up. Like you said, the stars align, and it's just like, okay, perfect. We're just gonna go along with the itinerary that I planned for myself.
Exactly, and it still worked the whole time.
Exactly.
I mean, can you believe it or not? We hosted a cottage party one year. I think maybe 3 years now. It was definitely 2021 or 2020, probably 2021. It sounds like, but it was 24. It was for my birthday, actually. Yeah, it was actually for my birthday around this time of year. But it was at least, I'd say, 24, 25 people, all on acid. All of us did acid, and we locked the doors, and we're like, nobody's leaving.
No, the doors are locked, the knives are put away.
Exactly. We were like, let's just enjoy ourselves, and I never say this, but by golly, holy fuck, it was a fucking dream. Like, we're playing Jenga, thinking that we're like gods. I swear to God, we're playing it so fast. We're playing like regular video games downstairs, upstairs, and people talking.
Oh yeah.
People just dying of laughter, and we ask them, why are you laughing? And they don't even know what they're laughing at. They're just on the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Just on the stairs, just laughing at the ghost that's there.
No, video games while on acid is actually a vibe. Like Mario Party, fucking Smash.
Oh, Smash.
Oh my god, don't even get.
Give me the next.
I always choose Bayonetta. What's her name?
Bayonetta.
Yo, this girl, sir. She's like, Like, I'm just dead. I was
Right.
literally dying at her moves. I was like, yo, this is so funny.
You're like, this girl, actually, I want to have to be as tall as this girl.
Yes.
Give me the heels, give me everything I need.
Exactly.
Like,
She was giving everything.
and nowadays, when it comes to Smash Brothers, it's always like a competition. No, people when they say we're gonna pick it up and play, everybody's just like,
no,
like every time.
thumbs stretch, ready to go.
Exactly. Yikes.
Yo, no, I don't know how to play Smash. I'll confess, I literally just button smash.
I just love. Well,
time.
that does win sometimes. I would say, especially the first games when everybody's still trying to figure everything out. You're just like, how did you win?
Yes.
What else can you say? I always ask this question to everybody. Actually,
Okay.
what is the one misconception that people hear being a DJ, and one misconception inside the club? So I guess inside the vibe.
Inside the vibe. As a DJ, inside the vibe. Okay. So as a DJ, I feel like the number one misconception is like that it's easy. Because it looks easy.
Yeah, because it looks like, let's play.
Button smash, yeah.
Oh, I know it ain't easy.
Next.
I look at that shit and I'm like, this is the only one I know. Wait, is that the master?
No.
Fuck. Look at that. I know, see, exactly.
Right? Like,
see? All I know is master.
Yeah.
Up, down.
I mean, that's kind of what got me into DJing. Because, like, oh, like, they can do it. Like, oh, I can do that too. Like, what? But it's also the gateway to become a DJ. But in the club as a vibe, I feel like this is number one, widely known probably, that people can request whatever they fucking want.
Oh yeah, the biggest one.
Like, oh my god.
Can you play Barbie Girl?
Yo, like the amount of weirdest requests, because I also do corporate parties and like weddings and stuff, and like those are kind of a different situation because like this is like a big client, they're like paying for you, so you try to make it work. But if it's a club setting, I'm not gonna respond with this actually has happened. Like someone was lifting their phone and was like play Bad Bunny. I was like, can you like I mean I love Bad Bunny, but like this is not. No.
I already have music queued, not to mention I have the music queued. I'm ready to go. Like, I'm not playing a song that's reggaeton if we're playing like
I'm playing like
or something that's completely
exactly different. I just feel like people think we have every song known to man.
Yeah, that's one thing I do know too. Like, okay, not every goddamn song. It's only the songs that I know. Yeah. Like, it's only the songs that are on this little USB here.
Exactly.
And I've seen some DJs try to like on the computer at the same time download the song, but then I see them like struggling. It's like, no, it's more work. It's more work than it needs to be now.
Exactly. But I think people are making, like, technology is making it easier. Like, I saw this mixer, I think it's by Denon, correct me if I'm wrong, but it will connect to your phone Bluetooth and you can literally play off like Spotify or SoundCloud or whatever. I'm like, okay, that's dangerous. Yeah, because then the like sound requests will come and pour and like nah.
You have a cell phone that just has all of that there.
Yeah, exactly. No, but respect your DJs. You know, we're gonna play things you know, but things you don't know that you should be on, because that's like the main
our job.
The main goal of a DJ is to read the room and see what people are vibing to, but also introduce people to like new music. That's how they did it back in the day, right? Like they bought records and they're just like, yo, I really like this song. Yeah. I'm just going to play it to people and everyone's just vibing.
I've always said, like, one of the words I love to hear people say, even myself, when I'm anywhere hearing any type of music, is when I'm like, bro, what is that sound? What the fuck are they like? What is that track that they're playing right now? What's that sound that's going on right now that's making my ears go, yeah. Like, if I can be anywhere and I can say, I'm turning back, let's go. Like, let's go back to the music, then you know we're fucking doing it. You know we're doing it.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, what can you do? You know, if you tell them no, I can't play, then they're like, how dare that person? That person didn't even want to try. Like, they don't know what's happening in the veil. Yeah. Like, they don't even want to try and play the music that I want to play.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I get that people want attention and want to be acknowledged, and like, you know, sometimes it's a hard job, you know, you can't please everyone. And I think that's like, DJing has taught me a big lessons on people pleasing, because I'm kind of like a people pleaser, but I'm trying to like change and not do that, and like honestly
just play what you want to play.
Yeah, and have hard boundaries on that, because you should just trust your DJ to play what we're gonna play, because that's what we are here to do.
I remember a long time ago, this probably 2020, we were playing, we had a residency at the Cathedral, which is like Esplanade area.
Right.
So this is when they started to try to bring in house music, and when I was there, Antonio was playing, and I remember he was playing, and people were vibing, but they all half weren't at the same time. And I straight up went up to him and I was like, Antonio, play what you want to play. Just fucking do it, brother. And it fucking lit up in there all of a sudden. And at the end of the night, I remember him saying to me too, he was like, yeah, I did what you told me, and I just played what I wanted to play. And I tell you, brother, everybody fucking loved it. And I'm like, because that's when the juices are flowing, man. That's when the juices are really flowing. When you're in the mix, but you're in, I guess you can say, putting him into the flow state, because he is like thinking, this is just the game now, and this is it. This is all I'm doing right now for the next little bit of time.
Yeah,
and it just became something else. It was just a good time.
Yeah, like luckily I've been blessed with like open-minded crowds, and it's that open-mindedness that like allows people to take in and listen and create. Like we're basically curating a space and a vibe through music, which is very special. And if we can find any sort of connections with people, it's just like a happy, amazing moment.
Yeah.
So,
it's just like a moment in time.
Yeah.
The only thing I can say before we end this, there's one thing I wanted to kind of bring up. You at one point did I think it said, is it You for Change?
Okay, yeah, You for Change.
Yeah, so you ended up being a DJ for that. What is this event? How was that crowd?
Yeah. So You for Change it's no longer a nonprofit, unfortunately, but in 2020 era, like it was just after like COVID, things were like opening up. I actually learned how to DJ for 12 weeks. It actually went from in person to on Zoom, because I think we had the lockdown. And shout out DJ Elegance. He was the instructor, and he's like, honestly, he taught me everything I know, from scratching to using everything. Like he was like the old school type of DJ.
Yeah, you can tell because he has just DJ and then one name, one word.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's an old school DJ, buddy.
So, after I like finished that program, they would just honestly email me all these opportunities, paid opportunities to just DJ like schools, to DJ like people's like conferences, like anything and everything. They sent it my way. They also sent it to the other graduates, and I was just like hopped on, was always game. Like that was like let's go. Like I would love to have the opportunity, and that helped me grow as a DJ, because those are my early gigs.
Yeah, exactly. Like, early days.
Early days. Yeah. So I really learned a lot on like playing what I like, but also like kind of catering to the crowd, because it was like a client type based experience. So, but yeah, like You for Change really started me with my DJ career. So yeah, shout outs to them, everyone involved. Yeah, it was a really special moment.
And that's, I guess, from there, that's why, you still try to take people's music, but at the same time, you're trying to steer away from accepting music. It's because at the beginning, that's how you were. You did a lot more corporate events. And now you're straying away. You're still doing them, but you're straying away more in order for you to basically expand. And then become a producer.
Exactly.
However, there is beyond all the music. I know music is amazing, but there's one position you are also really good at. That's what I kind of want to end on.
Yeah.
And that is your floral arrangements.
Yes. So I'm also a freelance, like contract-based floral designer. I used to work at a flower shop called Made Flowers, and I started as a delivery driver, believe it or not. And I really picked up the vibes, and I was like, they basically entrusted me and trained me to work my way as like a florist, and they taught me everything. And it's very tactile, very hands-on, but it's also a different way of like creativity, and like it's almost like I find it like a puzzle almost, because you're trying to make things look visually appealing, and like it's also that same element of like, this is like interior design, this is like gonna make someone's space like more brighter, more alive. and full of life. But yeah, I honestly love it as an art form. It kind of gets me out of my head a little, and I'm just like the physical touch of things and doing things by
Yeah.
hand is like kind of gets into your soul, and like I like want to do more projects in terms of like bigger installs. I've done like big installs with my friend Talisa, who's also a multi-creative being.
Okay.
And yeah, like where my next steps with that, I've always envisioned, and it's going to happen. I always envisioned like a space where music and flowers can play and like
Imagine.
exist in the same space, like in terms of design, in terms of installs. I think it would be like a cool world to step into. And flowers
Like
make
a jungle.
like a jungle,
Yeah,
like
jungle.
flower arch, whatever, like fucking everything. It just costs a lot. Flowers
Yeah,
flowers
find
are
the
a
right
lot.
person.
It's a lot. I
Find the
just
right
need to
person.
find, yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think that's like the biggest dream of mine, to like fuse the two together. I mean, I don't need to be DJing, but I would
Yeah,
love to.
this might be the
But
event finally that you decide.
yeah, let me just take the flower direction, and everyone, and like I can get my
Exactly.
friends to
Yeah,
DJ.
exactly. Get the best friends to hang out.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
call it Chissmiss and Friends.
Yes.
Chissmiss floral arrangements. Floral events.
Yes.
Event planning. Well, I mean, besides all those, you said that again. You had things up and coming. Let's bring them back one more time so we can hear what those are before we let you go.
Yeah, we got camera.
Yeah, we got camera. Like,
yes. So on Friday, April 26th, I am curating a new event. Could be a series, could be a one-off, but I honestly would love for you to be invited and come through. It's going to be a Jersey club, footwork, two-step, global house type of vibe. It's called Club Pulse. Everyone is welcome. It will be a queer-friendly space, but everyone is welcome. Just be mindful of the space you take up. And yeah, it's at Type of Studios on DuPont, so that's kind of near, like, you know, kind of near where everything's happening these days.
That's why, baby. That's why we're here, baby.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool vibe. It's like a little living room loungy vibe, so you can like chill, but you can also, you know, get your groove on, do some footwork.
You can chill out.
Yeah. And something else I have coming up, I am DJing for a queer open mic on May 2nd at Drum Taberna, and it's hosted by the lovely Balzi and Adiz. They're both two queer artists and DJs, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun night. If you like to sing or play music, come through, sign up on May 2nd.
Alrighty then. In that case, besides that, everybody needs to know once again, if you want to find more of the greatness that either of us are doing, check in the description because we have all the greatness that's been there. We also have all the links to find out who we are beyond that. Instagram, you got Twitter. Well, actually, not Twitter, it's X. X.
Formerly known as.
Formerly known as. Everybody got time for that. And on top of that, too, all the great events that we all are now hosting is places that you can become a part of the community, a part of the gang, and you get closer to being on the show, of course. But, Chissmiss, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jamal. Appreciate you. Can we hug goodbye?
Yeah.